Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. What if everything you've believed about your family, your identity, was a lie, and one single truth suddenly connects you to a legacy you never asked for? A shocking DNA revelation turns the Forrester family upside down as Eric discovers that Dylan is actually his granddaughter, sending emotional shockwaves through Eric, Brooke, Reach, and Dylan herself, who is struggling to process a truth that changes her entire identity. Alright, this is one of those moments where everything just stops, like your entire world pauses for a second because what you're hearing doesn't even feel real. So let's start with Eric. He's standing alone in his office at Forrester Creations. The room is quiet, almost too quiet. You can practically hear his thoughts echoing in the silence. And this is a man who has been through everything: business battles, family drama, heartbreak, betrayal, you'd name it. But this is different. Because earlier that morning, Rich dropped a bombshell on him. Dylan is his granddaughter. And that sentence, it stuck in Eric's head, repeating over and over like something he can't escape. You can imagine him pacing the room, trying to make sense of it. But nothing adds up. His mind starts going back, way back, to old memories, to his son, to Brooke, to relationships that were always complicated, always tangled, and now suddenly all those past moments don't feel so distant anymore. They feel connected, and honestly, it's terrifying. Because this isn't just a misunderstanding or a rumor anymore. At first, it was whispers, things people said but didn't really believe. But now, there's proof: medical records, DNA results, cold, undeniable facts. Dylan isn't just someone close to the family, she's blood. And that realization hits hard. He sits down, trying to steady himself, but you can't feel the weight of it crushing him. He starts thinking about all the years that have passed, all the moments he's shared with his family, and now he's questioning everything. How many of those moments were built on incomplete truths? How many times was he unknowingly standing right next to his own granddaughter? That kind of realization, it hurts. It's not just shocking, it feels like a betrayal of time itself. Now, while Eric is dealing with this emotional storm, Dylan is going through something just as intense, but in a completely different way. She's out in Los Angeles, walking through the streets, but she's not really there mentally. Her mind is all over the place. Just hours ago, her life was normal. She was laughing with her best friend Lucy, getting messages from RJ trying to comfort her. And then everything changed. A simple test, something that might have felt random at the time, turned into something life-altering. The results confirmed something she never even dared to imagine. She's Eric Forrester's granddaughter, and you can feel her confusion, because part of her feels shaken, but another part, there's something else there too. Something almost electric, like this strange mix of fear and curiosity. Because deep down, she's always felt different, like there was a missing piece in her identity she couldn't explain. And now, she knows why. Her phone keeps buzzing, messages from Reach, Steffi, Thomas, all trying to reach out, all reacting in their own way. But for Dylan, it's overwhelming. It's like her world is colliding with theirs all at once, and she doesn't know how to handle it. She starts questioning everything. Why now? Why her? What does this mean for her future? Because this isn't just news. This is a complete shift in who she is. Meanwhile, Eric's thought goes straight to Brooke. Because if Dylan is his granddaughter, then Brooke is at the center of this somehow. And that realization, it's complicated. Eric knows Brooke. He knows her strength, her resilience, everything she's been through, but he also knows her past isn't simple. There are layers to it: relationships, emotions, choices that were made in moments of passion and chaos. And now he's wondering, could something from that past have led to this? That thought alone is enough to shake him, because now the truth doesn't feel comforting. It feels sharp, like something that could cut through everything they have built as a family. And telling Brooke that might be the hardest part. He imagines sitting across from her, looking into her eyes, and saying something that could completely change her world. He doesn't know if she will react with shock, anger, or something else entirely. But deep down, there is also a small part of him hoping that maybe, just maybe, this truth could bring something good. That even after all the pain, it could create something meaningful. At the same time, across the city, Brooke is going through her own emotional storm. Reach had already warned her something was coming, and you can tell from his tone. It wasn't just another problem or business issue, it was serious. So when she's in her office, she prepares herself for the usual chaos. But when Reach starts talking about Dylan, everything shifts. At first, she doesn't understand. Her mind jumps to the worst possibilities. Is Dylan okay? Is she hurt? But then Reach gives her the report. And as she reads it, you can see the moment it hits her. At first, it doesn't register. It's too big, too unbelievable. But slowly, the truth starts forming. And it shakes her. Because Brooke has lived through a lot. Love, heartbreak, complicated relationships. Her life has never been simple. But this is something deeper. This is about identity. She starts thinking back to her younger days, the choices she made, the moments she might not fully remember or understand anymore, and suddenly she is questioning everything. Could she really have a connection to Dylan like this? And the idea, it overwhelms her. Because it's not just shocking, it's emotional. There's guilt for the last time. There's confusion, but there's also something else. Pride, the thought that Dylan, strong, vibrant, full of life, might carry a part of a legacy. And that feeling, it's almost too much to handle. Meanwhile, Dylan finds herself at the beach, that one place where she can actually think. The ocean, the wind, the sound of the waves, it gives her space to breathe. But even there, she can't escape the truth. The DNA results are real, the connection is real, and now she's stuck between her heart and her mind. Part of her still can't fully accept it, but another part already knows it's true. She looks out at the horizon, and everything feels uncertain, because her life just changed in a way she never expected. Back at Forrester Creations, Eric finally decides he can't keep this to himself anymore. He calls Reed and Brooke in, and you can feel the tension the second they walk into that room. Rich already senses something is wrong. Brooke walks in trying to stay composed, but there's fear in her eyes. They sit down and Eric begins. He tells them everything, the test results, the confirmation, how they got here, and when the words finally come out, it's like everything freezes. Brooke goes pale, Rich looks completely stunned. It's like the ground just shifted beneath them, because now Dylan isn't just someone they care about. She's family, and for a moment no one can even speak. The silence says everything, and then Brooke finally breaks it. Her voice is quiet but powerful. This changes everything. This moment isn't just about a family reveal. It's about identity, legacy, and the weight of the past catching up with the present. Every character is affected differently. Eric feels the regret of lost time. Brooke feels the emotional complexity of her past, and Dylan, she's caught in the middle, trying to understand who she really is. It shows how one truth can completely reshape relationships and force everyone to re-evaluate everything they thought they knew. Honestly, this is the kind of twist that hits on a deeper level. Because it's not just dramatic, it feels real. That idea of discovering something huge about your identity, something that changes your entire story. That's powerful. And Dylan's situation, that's the most relatable part. That feeling of not fully knowing where you belong and then suddenly getting an answer that's almost too big to accept. At the end of the day, this revelation isn't just shocking, it's the beginning of a completely new chapter for everyone involved. So now I wanna ask you, how would you react if you find out your entire family history wasn't what you thought? And do you think this truth will bring the Forresters closer together or tear them apart even more? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you love emotional dramatic storytelling like this, don't forget to like the video and subscribe, because trust me, this story is only getting